Hey everyone, I'm the Canadian lad, and DC Studios just dropped the final trailer for Superman, and I swear this thing might have just boosted the box office by 20 million on hype alone. I don't know, the more I rewatch it, the more pumped I get. There's just something about what James Gunn is cooking here, it feels special. The teaser was all about who Superman is, the trailer gave us a closer look at Clark and Lois, but now with the final trailer, it's Lex Luthor's time to shine. And it's not just character moments, we're finally getting a taste of the action we've been dying to see. Explosions, powers, chaos, it's all in there. Now, I've watched the trailer at 0.2 Febic speed and found 10 incredible hidden details that are gonna crank your excitement to a whole new level. Plus, there's gonna be some bonus details at the end. But please spare me just 55 seconds as I partnered up with a really fun sponsor to help us with today's video breakdown of Superman final trailer. It's Clark Kent himself. Well, in the form of an AI chatbot from an app called Polybuzz. Clark Kent has been helping offer his 2 cents to me about the making of my current video. It's been a ride chatting with my favorite DC heroes and villains in between editing this video. Now, Polybuzz offers a fun interactive platform to chat with real or fictional people and characters from your favorite movie, anime, game, celebrities, or you can even make your own custom chatbot. This app has over 40 million downloads and over 20 million characters in the app, so you're sure to find some entertainment and unleash your creativity. Polybuzz is a fun app to add some commentary to your everyday life, make up scenarios with different existing characters, or just to connect with friends. Try it out yourself for free and create a unique character chatbot to start chatting with others. Don't forget to use my code to unlock some premium features. The download link is in my description below. Number 1. Let's start with the best shot of the trailer where Superman is spinning like a tornado and blasting Lex Luthor's soldiers with his iconic heat vision beams. But here's the part most people totally missed. Krypto is in on the action too. While Superman's doing his laser spin move, notice Krypto is literally pushing soldiers into the path of the beams. He's running around like, nope, you're not getting away, and shoving them straight into the fire line. And this has to be one of the smartest tag team moves we've seen in a superhero movie. Superman doesn't even have to aim, Krypto's doing crowd control like a pro. Tell me that's not one of the most badass team-ups in comic book history. Number 2. When Lex, his girlfriend Eve Taskmaster, Ultraman, and the Engineer break into the Fortress of Solitude, notice the fortress is already fully erected above the ground, just standing there in the Arctic like it's been waiting for them. And that's weird, because normally it's hidden beneath the ice. You don't just walk up and find it like a tourist attraction. So either Lex use some kind of tech, or reverse engineer Kryptonian signals to expose the fortress. Or just having Ultraman standing there might have been enough to trigger the defenses to stand down, because Ultraman might have been made using Superman's actual DNA. And I've been theorizing this since my teaser breakdown. So if the fortress scans him, it will think, yep, that's Kal-El, and the doors will open. And I have another theory for you. What if Lex has already captured Superman by this point? That would explain why the fortress is just wide open. No Superman, no defense. Also, I don't think Lex came here just to destroy the place. I think he's looking for something inside. Some sort of intel or secret of Superman. Whatever it is, he's not just breaking in. He's planning to use the fortress against Superman. Number 3. Lex says that he will kill those people who raised Superman as a child.
Who raised you as a child? I'll kill them too.
Now, I like the way James Gunn wrote this specific dialogue here. Lex doesn't say parents, he doesn't call them Jonathan or Martha Kent. He doesn't even name them. It's like he's going out of his way to erase their importance, because he doesn't want to acknowledge that Superman has a human side, that he was raised by kind, regular people in Smallville. Lex is trying to paint Superman as this alien threat, not someone with real Earth roots or real human love. By stripping that away, by calling them the people who raised him, Lex is essentially dehumanizing Superman. It's classic Lex Luthor, petty, condescending, and calculated. It's such a small choice of words, but it tells you everything about how Lex sees Superman. Number 4. During the kaiju fight, notice Superman briefly catches fire before it burns out due to his insane speed. We can see flames flicker across his suit, like his body is getting scorched from the intensity of the attack. But it only lasts for a second. Because Superman moves so fast, the flames literally burn off as he speeds through the air. It's a tiny moment, but shout out to the VFX team for adding this layer of realism. They could have skipped it and nobody would have complained, but no, they made sure his body reacts to the heat, and they showed how his speed cancels it out just as fast. Number 5. In this scene during the Battle of Metropolis, Krypto jumps in first and straight up bites off this soldier's helmet. Then Superman follows it up with a slick spinning punch, clearly using the spin to ramp up the force. The punch is so brutal, it knocks 3 teeth clean out of the guy's mouth. And if you look closely, his chest plate has LC on it, confirming these are Luthor Corps soldiers. But what I find truly beautiful is how those teeth actually bounce off the camera lens. It's such a cool touch. It makes you feel like you're right there in the middle of the chaos. I love that both Fantastic Four First Steps and Superman are using this grounded, almost practical camera effects to make the action feel more immersive. Number 6. Let's talk about this mysterious long-haired figure. They seem to be in some sort of an underground dungeon or sewer. And the way he shoots his laser beam, this confirms this is Ultraman without his helmet. Now I genuinely believe the trailer was edited to blur his face. The final cut in the theater will reveal the actual actor playing him. And please take this with a grain of salt. My theory is David Carnsweat will play this evil version of Superman as well. Think about it, if Ultraman was created using Superman's DNA, then it totally makes sense for them to look nearly identical. The only difference being Ultraman's got that longer, messier hair, so we the audience can tell who's who. And this brings me to my next detail, number 7. The reddish tint around Superman's eyes could be from his extreme usage of heat vision. But hold on, this is Superman we're talking about. He doesn't just get puffy eyes every time he fires off a laser beam. So what I think happened here, he has gone head-to-head with Ultraman, the evil version of himself, and they've had a full-blown heat vision clash, pushing each other to their absolute limits. So this is more like a wound than a power-up. It's the kind of aftershock you'd only see when Superman meets someone who can actually match him. And if you think, well, maybe it's from when he torched Lex Luthor soldiers earlier, nope, because if we go back and check, we can already see those red marks before that moment. In fact, through most of the Battle of Metropolis, the skin around Superman's eyes are red. So yeah, all signs point to one thing, a massive Superman vs. Ultraman showdown. Number 8. The final trailer confirms that Ultraman and Hammer-Baravia are the same character, just in different suits. If you look closely, Hammer-Baravia fires off the exact same laser beams Ultraman uses later in the trailer. What this tells us is that Ultraman doesn't just show up out of nowhere, he evolves. He starts off in that bulky metal suit as a so-called Hammer-Baravia, probably deployed to wreak havoc in some foreign conflict. Basically a test run, a weapon. But later he ditches the armor and steps into a more refined suit, working directly with Lex Luthor. So we're gonna see a full upgrade arc for this villain. Also, in a new promo, we actually get to hear him speak for the first time.
Superman! Superman!
Yeah, this does sound a lot like Bizarro or Evil Superman. Number 9. In this shot, we get our first official look at Baby Joey. Baby Joe is Metamorpho's son, and in the previous teaser, we've seen Metamorpho's wife, Sapphire Stagg. So now that we see both his wife and son trapped inside this pocket dimension, it's pretty clear what Lex is doing. He's using Metamorpho's family as leverage, and that sets up the perfect foundation for a redemption arc. Here's how I think it's gonna play out. Lex captures Superman and holds him inside this prison. He depowers him using kryptonite, which will be created by Metamorpho himself. Because remember, Metamorpho can generate any element. But eventually, Superman will break through to him, he'll convince Metamorpho to turn on Lex, and this moment from the trailer might just be the start of the Great Escape, which might also result in the whole Metropolis splitting in half. Number 10. In the same shot, we also see Krypto on the side. So this confirms Lex will not only capture Superman, but will also hold Krypto captive. And James Gunn already showed us in Guardians Volume 3 how brutal and gut-wrenching it can be to see animals in danger. Now, if we shift our focus back to Superman, notice the subtle gust of wind around his face. This might actually be him using his super breath, trying to circulate air in this dimension, literally keeping everyone alive, while Metamorpho holds everyone together with whatever energy or structure is left. Alright, I've got a few extra details for you from some of the newer promo clips, and trust me, these are blink and a miss details. First up, remember that scene from the trailer where Superman crash lands in the middle of a Metropolis sidewalk? Well, in a new promo, we actually see how that happens. It's Hammer-Baravia. He grabs Superman by the leg and slams him straight towards the ground with incredible force. And while that chaos is happening, Eve Taskmaster is inside a nearby building, totally calm, casually taking a selfie, probably to send Lex Luthor. In another shot, we see Superman saying this.
That's my greatest strength.
Now notice the background here. This office building looks exactly like Lex Luthor's office, indicating Superman is going to confront Lex directly right inside his own tower. And if you notice Lex's body language in the shot, he's clearly stressed, sweating, losing control. Things are not going according to plan anymore. Now focus on his outfit here. He's wearing a shirt, rolled up sleeves, and a vest. That's the same costume we saw in the official teaser, but in that version it's ripped apart. Lex is wounded, and yes, he's got tears in his eyes. surprise. So it's safe to say this confrontation won't end well for Lex Luthor. And that's pretty much all the hidden details I've found in the final Superman trailer. Now just a heads up, this is my third full breakdown of the Superman teasers and trailers. So if you're thinking, wait, why didn't he mention that detail? It's probably because I already covered it in the earlier videos. So please check this out if you haven't already. Now tell me, what did you think of this final trailer? Because like I said at the beginning, this trailer alone might have added an extra 20 million at the box office, no joke. I mean, just look at this shot. It looks absolutely insane. And honestly, audiences have been dying to see a superhero who saves civilians, not just fight aliens in space. That's why I think this movie is gonna be an absolute blockbuster. And if Superman crushes it at the box office, it's only going to help Fantastic Four. Why? Because when people love one type of a superhero story, they get curious about similar ones. So people who wouldn't normally watch Fantastic Four, they might just give it a shot thanks to Superman setting the tone. Alright lads, that's it from me for now. I'll see you lads in the next one.